Hello everybody, welcome to Music and Movement with Mr Moo. Hello, it's another term. I'm not wearing shorts today because the last ones you watched, it was the summer term and it was nice and warm. It's now cold and miserable and raining. I hope you enjoy the snow. So this is for reception in year one mainly, but anyone's welcome to do it. We're going to start off nice and easy today and then work out a few skills to make sure that our arms, our legs and our brains are working together. Okay, so you need a little bit of space. You don't need a ton of space. If you've got lots of space, then that's the best thing in the world. But most of it we can do on the spot. So if I say we're going to do some marching or some jumping and you don't have much space, then try and do it on the spot. So we're going to go for a march first of all. So we're going to march in time, which means that every time you hear a sound on the piano, you're going to put your foot down. If the speed changes, I want you to try and move with the piano. Stand up. Okay, so let's go for a march first of all. Now we're going to clap as we march. And every week I'm going to make this harder and harder and harder, but we're going to do a nice and easy one today. So marching is always in 4 time. So you have to count to 4. And 4 is easy because if you look at our bodies are divided. So we've got 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, the way we are, our bodies are built is very much 1, 2, 3, 4. So I want you to clap and march this time. So you've got to clap as you march. So try and get them together. Here we go. Ready? And. I want you to count as well. So I told you that marches are always in 4 time. So what do you think I want you to count to? That's right, I want you to count to 4. So I want you to clap and march and count this time. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Which is the loudest number? Did you hear? 1. So 1. So in music, 1 is always the strongest sound. So I want you to make that the loudest number. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. that's a little bit trickier. Okay, now then, just in case you've got a lot of room, I want you to practice your skipping. So skipping is completely different to marching in that it's got a hop in it, which means that you've got to, I wonder if you can see me at all, you might not be able to see my feet, but in case you can't skip, hopefully you can now, you've got to do a hop, and then you change feet, and a hop, and then you speed that up, and that's really, really important. So let's have a go. If you haven't got much space, then you can hop on the spot. Here we go. Now, those of you who've done music and movement with me before know that we do lots and lots of animal games, and so we are going to do our animal. We're going to have a few different animals, but let's start off and see what we can remember. So we're going to do, let's do the big animal first. Shall we do the elephant first? Yeah. So I want to see really, really, really heavy feet and a big trunk. Here we go. let's be something now that jumps. Something that jumps. So you could be, what could you be, do you think? Yes, you could be a bunny rabbit, or you could be a kangaroo, or you could be a grasshopper. Here we go. So jumping. Try and keep your knees together when you jump. Good. Very nice. Now we're going to do something really small. It's about that big. I know the mouse was quite small, but this is even smaller, and it flies, and it buzzes. Or wasp or something. Very good. Okay, so now then, let's be something that we haven't done before. I want you to be a bird, but I want you to be a bird that doesn't fly. Can anyone think of a bird that can't fly? There's a few, but this bird that can't fly also lives somewhere really, really, really cold, on ice. Yeah, it's a penguin. Now penguins, they can't fly, but they are amazing swimmers. But when they walk on the ice, they're not very good at walking on the ice because ice is slippery. I hope you enjoyed the snow last week, and you'll notice that ice is really, really, really slippery. So when penguins walk, they have to take tiny, 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 tiny little steps, because otherwise they're going to slip over. So a little steps like this, maybe with your wings out. I want to see tiny, tiny steps. Here we go. Ready? Tiny, tiny steps. So maybe you've got a little bit of a waddle on there. Yes, a little bit of a waddle with your shoulders. Let's have another go at that. Waddle, waddle, waddle. Good. And whilst we're by the sea, I want to go under the sea. So let's do something that's under the sea. So I'm going to play some watery music. There's lots and lots of choice. So first of all, let's just be a little fish. So try and be something like a clownfish, like Nemo, yeah? So something that's really, really pretty, orange stripes, white stripes, things like that. So let's be a little fish. I'll play some watery music. So that was your fish, your tiny fish. Now I want you to be something that lives on the floor of the seabed. So you could be something that doesn't move, like a shellfish, like a mussel or a clam. Or you could be a starfish. They lie at the bottom of the seabed, don't they? Yes, so let's be something that lies down, so it stays really still. Walks around on the seabed, and this animal here walks sideways. Can anyone think of something that walks sideways? Maybe got little pinches, little pincers. A crab. Here we go. Excellent. Now I want to be something in the sea that's really big. Huge. What's the biggest animal on the planet? Does anybody know? Yeah, it's a whale. Does anybody know what colour whale it is? It's a blue whale. So these are really, really big. They're gentle giants though, okay? They're not scary at all. So they're not really, really fast. So see how big you can make yourself, okay? I'm going to play some really big whale music. floats. So we've been things that lie on the seabed, things that scuttle on the seabed, things that swim in the sea. Now, can anyone think of something that floats? It's an animal, but it doesn't really swim particularly. They kind of pulse, and sometimes they float on the top of the sea. It's a jellyfish. And it's called a jellyfish because it's got some long tentacles and it's kind of jellyish. So can you make yourselves a bit wibbly wobbly? Let's do that. So it's something that floats on the top of the sea. So we're going to do a little bit more of our motor skills. So motor skills are doing things with music. Now, I walked to school today up my drive, which I don't live very far away, and I can see all these little green shoots are coming through. So the daffodils are starting to come through, and so are the snowdrops out, and the crocuses are coming through. So all these flowers are starting, which means that it's the start of springtime. So, where do all these things come from? They come from under the ground, so they are seeds or nuts or bulbs. So I want you to get on the ground, I want you to pretend you're a little seed or a little nut, and we're going to grow with the music, okay? And I want you to grow into something. You can choose, you can grow into a flower if you want, a beautiful pretty flower, or you could grow into a huge strong tree. You could be an oak tree or a beech tree, something massive. Or something small, that's your choice at all. But I want you to grow with the music. As the music gets higher and higher and higher and higher, I want you to really, really grow. Okay, so you can start really small. So on the ground, tiny, 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 tiny. Here we go, I'll play some growing music. Last thing today, here we go. So I want you to grow with the music, here we go. And so let's see the leaves. And now let's go back down again. Good, very nice everyone. Okay, that's enough for today. I will see you next week. Feel free to watch this video again and practice it in the mornings, really early in the mornings before Mummy and Daddy gets up. That's a really good time to practice your music videos. And I'll see you next week. All right, bye.